Welcome to the Saints That Serve podcast,
where each week your hosts dive
into the crossroads
of faith, culture,
and the unknown.
Christ is Lord,
and the kingdom is now.
We are
the Saints That Serve. Hey, everybody! Oh, yeah! Welcome to the Saints That Serve podcast.
Podcast.
My voice is all over the place with that intro.
That's the Saints That Serve podcast.
Welcome to Season 2, the beginning of Season 2, because we said that after 1 year, that is one season. This is Season 2 of the Saints That Serve podcast.
Season 2, Episode 1 of Season 2 of the Saints That Serve podcast.
Or if that's too confusing, welcome to Episode 53 of the Saints That Serve podcast. Oh my good golly gosh.
I feel like this is the appropriate time to use this. So here we are in Season 2.
Yeah, boy!
I love how you're like, this is the appropriate time to use the thing that I've used in
every episode for the past month.
month.
Yeah.
Used it so much I had to take it out a few times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm kidding.
Girl, you know.
You know. Do it, lady.
Do it, lady. Yeah, so as far as announcements go, we are praying for you every Friday.
Every single Friday. Pray for you Friday.
If you need prayer, reach out to us through social media. You can reach out to our email at saintsthatserve@gmail.com, or you can message us via the direct link at the bottom of this episode's notes.
Yeah. So if you click on that, you type up your message, we get it.
That's right. Yeah, that's all I've got besides our main topic for tonight.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that a little bit before we transition Tyler into it.
Okay.
If you haven't listened to last week's episode, it was our 1 year anniversary episode.
Yeah.
We had several guests on and we had a good time. That was a good episode.
Yeah, it was. We had a fun time with all of our guests,
Mm-hmm.
which if you want to know who they were, you should go listen to episode 52.
Yeah. But I will call out one specific guest from that.
Okay.
Near the end of the episode, we kind of asked the question, if you could choose a topic for a future Saints That Serve podcast episode, what would you want us to do a topic on? And our guest, Janelle, suggested Freemasons. So, Tyler, this is your transition into Freemasons.
Freemasons.
How much did they cost?
They're free.
They're free. So, yeah, Freemasons. I want to say the beginning of our Secret Society series.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
First episode of Secret Societies.
Yeah, we're committing to it right now. Secret Societies for an episode. Yeah, an episode. Then we're going to start back up. Spooky season in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've got stuff on the docket for that too. So
yeah, so be tuned in for spooky season.
And it will be different from last year.
That's right.
Not the same material. So
it'll be the same topic, but different material. No. We're doing the exact same thing, buddy.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But we're talking about that in a couple weeks. But this week we're talking about Freemasons.
Yeah. So, Jairus, what do you know about the Masonic group?
So before doing my research for this episode, all I knew about the Freemasons was they were the opposing villains in Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I said Messianic. It's Masonic.
Masonic?
Sorry. Messianic is Hebrew. Masonic is Freemasons.
Oh, my. making all the mistakes.
Big difference there. Oh, man. Yeah, I honestly didn't know a whole lot about them. I just, hearsay from different people about who they are.
Because all I kind of knew is one of those secret society thing, just groups of, it was like a club.
Mm-hmm.
The way I viewed it was like it's just a club where like a bunch of bros got together and just hung out and did stuff for the community.
Yeah.
And you had to pay your dues to stay in it.
Correct.
That's all I kind of like viewed it as, is like I didn't know what they were doing inside their meetings or whatever.
Yeah.
But just like, yeah, we have our chapter here in the local community and we do things for the community and we just, get together and do things.
Yeah. One guy I was listening to, like when you're at that low, because there's 3 levels in the general Masonic lodges,
Mhm.
Freemason.
Are you going to tell me it's going to be like Scientology where you like, as you raise up, you actually are told what you're supposed to believe type thing?
Allegedly more is revealed, as you go through the different degrees. But the first 3 degrees in the general Freemason lodges and temples and grand lodges, I should say, not temples, grand lodges.
They're all lodges, everybody, not temples.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, like, they just assume, it's just a brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've got our secrets, but our secrets are just like ceremonies.
Yeah.
In our rituals that we practice as a brotherhood. But there's some weird things that go on in the background that not the average Joe is privy to.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to read this. It says, Freemasonry traces its roots back to the guilds of stonemasons in the late Middle Ages. These guilds guarded trade secrets, trained apprentices, and built the towering cathedrals of Europe. By the 1600s, the lodges began accepting non-working members, philosophers, nobles, and intellectuals who were more interested in the symbolic and moral teachings of the craft than stone cutting. In 1717, 4 London lodges united to form the first Grand Lodge, marking the official birth of modern Freemasonry. From there, the movement spread rapidly across Europe and into the American colonies.
Yeah.
Spooky already. So scary.
Yeah, so the Masons will argue that they can trace the origins of their brotherhood back to like Noah and the ark. And they make the argument that
is it because just stoneworking existed? Like,
well, the craft of decorative like stone. Because I mean, you cannot deny that like Gothic chapels and cathedrals, they are an art piece.
Yeah.
Like you can't just replicate that. That comes through years of practicing a skill and honing your craft. So, and they're saying,
and there's really something to that, right?
Yeah.
Like when me and Ashley went to London and Paris and we went into these cathedrals and churches, it's just such detailed work on stone.
Yeah.
Like it's overwhelming, the scope of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little intimidating to be in these massive rooms and you're just looking around and it's just statues here, statues there, and like pillars all decorated, the ceiling all just absolutely, and it's all stonework.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very intimidating, and it's a very good job to have. Like it's a very nice, skillful job that I don't feel like we see as much anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's probably just really expensive to do stonework.
It's a devotion like to the craft.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't just casually take on stone cutting.
No, it's not a hobby.
Yeah.
It is a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's something that you have to like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there is that side of it. But the side that we're talking about today with the actual Freemason organization is this secret
society
or
initially formed from groups of masonry.
Yeah. I mean, you could call them like excellent architects of stoneworks. Artists. Yeah. I mean, because they get into some stuff like I've heard the term, like doing research, I've heard the term divine geometry. Like Freemasons, that's something that they held highly. so, knowing the divine geometry and being able to master that in the purpose of, honing your craft. I would, like you said in your little bit right there from your notes, like there's probably not a whole lot of actual stone masons.
Yeah. It probably was initially formed by Masons.
Correct.
But over time, the only thing that they have in common with Masons in the sense of stoneworking is the founders.
Yeah. I mean, all of their imagery, all of their, I guess you could say, I don't know, documents.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can find its origins in the original group of Freemason guys. But yeah, most guys today they're not Freemasons. I was listening to an interview of one guy who was a former 32 degree Scottish Rite Mason.
So he was cold. It was almost frozen.
Yeah.
32 degrees.
Yeah. And he was talking about like I think it was in the 50s and 60s in America, doctors and lawyers could not advertise. Like they couldn't put out advertisements and stuff. And so that's why the Freemason or Masonic lodges were so attractive, because it was like, hey, I can build a community of brotherhood, but I can also market and network with other men and we can trade, give each other
trade secrets and all that kind of
trade
stuff.
secrets, but then give each other business. And so it was almost like a networking group as well. The guy I was listening to, or the interview that he was giving, was like, that's what a lot of these lodges are. Like there is the ritualistic aspect of it that they practice, but there's the community building and the networking. And that's what most guys in Freemason, that's what they're there for, is the community and the networking.
Yeah.
So I would go out on a limb and say that probably most guys that are in the Freemason lodges and a part of the program, they don't know
what they're actually part of.
Yeah, they don't understand the darker side of it. They're there for the community side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're only dabbling in the surface stuff.
Mm-hmm. Just like Scientology.
But
speaking of Scientology, no, I'm kidding. Freemasonry isn't a religion.
It is not.
But it does require belief in a supreme being known as the great architect of the universe.
Yeah. I guess they pulled away. I mean, like some of the stuff I've heard about the rituals and stuff that they practice, it is very locking hand in hand with satanic rituals. Like it's not exactly the same, but it's
I mean, you can be there and be doing a satanic ritual and be calling it a different name. That's still like, it's either God or it's not God.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
What I did find interesting is this guy, his story is crazy because he was studying to become a priest, a Catholic priest, and basically had a bad influence who sent him down a different route. He got into, these are all the different things he got into. He got into Freemasonry. He got into Druidry. He got into black magic, satanic cult, Mormonism. And then after all of that stuff, finally got saved, like was actually presented the gospel and got saved.
Right.
And so, and this is the guy we talked about a while back where he got into blood-sucking vampires.
When we were talking about, I believe it was Mormonism, right? On the Mormon episode?
Maybe. I can't remember. We'll have to go back and look. But he brought up that some of the rituals in Freemasonry, they are identical to a ritual that's practiced by Mormons in the Mormon temple. And he says that a lot of people don't realize this, but Joseph Smith was a Freemason. And he was like, I can't remember what degree he got to, but it was just the standard lodge. But before he founded the Mormon church, he was a Freemason. And then he has this revelation from God, And what do you know? One of the rituals that they practice in the temple to become a Mormon is just a stolen copy of a ritual practiced in a Freemason lodge. So it's yet again, we're coming back to Mormonism, yet again, another thing that's just been retconned from something else that's not a divine inspiration.
So not only did he steal from Masons, Mason. He's also a liar.
Yeah.
I meant to tell that joke backwards. Not only is he a liar, he stole from the Masons.
Yeah, dude, but Freemasons, there's a lot going on there.
Joseph Smith wasn't the only person who was famous who was a Freemason.
Yeah.
On my list, I have George Washington.
Yep.
Benjamin Franklin, Winston Churchill, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and Voltaire. I can't say
Voltaire.
Voltaire, yeah. I believe you were telling me about Voltaire earlier.
Thomas Jefferson, James Madison.
Yep.
And then some of the, maybe not as well. I mean, I've got a list of 14 presidents that were a part of the Masonic lodges.
Mm-hmm.
So Teddy Roosevelt's one of them. Franklin D. Roosevelt's one of them, which to me is interesting. The president who gets America into World War II
was a Mason.
And so was who else in England?
Winston Churchill.
They're both Masons. Let's see who else on here. Andrew Jackson was a Freemason.
That was Michael's brother, right?
Michael? What? Michael Jackson. Got me.
Huh?
Yeah. I've got a list here of like all these different famous people that are Masons, and it's pretty long.
Mm-hmm. But it's funny because you keep saying like it's all, weirdly enough, a lot of political.
There are political people who were Freemasons, correct? Yeah.
I mean, does your list have anybody on there who's more like actors or people who weren't in presidents or political figures?
Well, we said earlier before we started recording, but Clark Gable.
Oh, yeah.
William Abbott from Abbott and Costello.
Mm.
I've heard that Walt Disney was Freemason. I've heard, what's his name? I want to say it was the Gene something.
Gene Simmons?
Maybe.
The singer for Kiss?
Oh, no. I don't think it was him.
It's interesting because it's people like who are people of power almost.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are Masons.
Mm-hmm.
Where you do have people who are in other things like Scientology. There's a lot of actors in these other cult-like situations.
Yeah.
But it's like this one seems like with the secret society, and I think we'll probably get into it more with other secret societies, but it's people who have some pull and influence on people more than just entertaining them.
Yeah. I'm going through the D's. I'm trying to see if I can find Disney on this.
It would be a W because his name was Walter.
His last name's Disney.
Is it alphabetical by first name or last name?
Last name.
Then go look for the D's. That's how that works, bud. I don't know why we're having this conversation. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man?
He's not showing up, so...
Maybe they scrubbed that.
Yeah, or maybe it's just not true.
Not true. I feel like that's like our any cryptid corner. It's just like, yeah, they're hiding the facts, or it's just not true.
Yeah. I'm just Google searching it.
No, you're good.
No, Walt Disney was not a Freemason.
Wow, hardcore at the top. Google AI told you right on.
Right away.
Something I've heard is like they have like a secret handshake, like where like if like they naturally just like do something different when they shake their hands.
Mm-hmm.
That if you are a Mason, you would know that they're also a Mason. Just the way that, and it's like something super subtle, but as a Mason, you would recognize the handshake.
Yeah, I've heard that, and the explanation was Masons don't necessarily always have light. And to be able to distinguish a fellow brother, sometimes they'll have to do it in the dark.
Oh, I see.
And so having a secret handshake can solidify.
But it's not like secret handshake where it's obvious, like slap your hand, fist bump,
No,
anything
it's
like
the way that they embrace, apparently.
Yeah, like the way they'll grab a hand is like very specific, but no one really knows. I'm sure you could do a lot of this research and figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there's a YouTube video of some Mason who is no longer with us because they got found out, and taken out.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm kidding. But
no, but seriously, some guys, their lives have been threatened because they came out and started speaking
about the
secrets.
Dang.
So,
So maybe there isn't a video out there of how to do a Mason handshake.
And there's a story of one guy getting beaten to death because he was a higher ranking brother. He was a higher degree.
Mm-hmm.
And some like intro guys, they didn't want to go through the process. They wanted to find out the secrets, and he would not tell them, and they beat him up and kept on beating him, and he would not say, and so he took it to his grave. Like, they ended up killing him.
They killed the man because they wouldn't tell the secrets, and he was that devoted that he would rather die than spill the secrets. I guess probably because if he spilled the secrets, he would be dead.
Well, but, it's the zeal for the brotherhood.
Yeah.
So there's that. I mean, maybe he was like, well, I'm going to either maybe die from them beating me up or I'm going to definitely die from, but you don't know. I mean, there's no way to know.
Yeah. Again, so this is all just like as a disclaimer late in the episode, or not late into the episode, but late into the conversation. We don't know. You know what I mean? It's disclaimer.
Yeah.
Could be true, couldn't be true, or could not be true.
Correct. We don't know.
This is all just...
We're from the outside looking in.
Yep. But if it isn't true, then why hold so many secrets?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not happening, Mason, then why don't you just tell us what's really happening?
Mm-hmm.
Don't come after me.
So the Royal Order of Scotland is the one that goes up to 32 degrees. But in that one, there is a 33 degree above that. But it's like, apparently it's reserved for like high profile people, famous actors or politicians or political, like kings or like aristocrats or like people like that. So, but yeah, the Scottish or the Royal Order of Scotland is the one that goes up to 33 degrees.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, there's a bunch of different, like.
So what is the highest degree?
33.
Oh, it is 33. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought you were saying just for like a specific scenario.
In the general lodge, just Freemason lodges, there's 3 degrees.
Oh, I see.
And then after that, if you can affiliate or partner with, I can't remember what they call it, like just an affiliated lodge or brotherhood. And depending on which way you go, they have different degrees higher above that. And so the Royal Order of Scotland is the one that goes up to 32. Well, I guess it would be 29 because you get the 3 degrees from the main lodge. And then you go up, there's 29 more degrees within the Royal Order of Scotland. And then if you are a high profile individual, you have a chance of reaching the 33 degree. So
how many 33 degrees do you think there are? I mean, at least the presidents, right?
Well, and that's
not president, but you like Winston Churchill.
That's if they obtained it.
Oh,
'cause they have to go through each degree. Like it's a matter of like
being tested.
Yeah, rites, like a rite of passage. Like you have to pass the tests and go through it to obtain the degree. And each degree you obtain, you get that much more knowledge, and you're working towards a higher, level of knowledge and understanding and unlocking the different secrets and stuff.
How many Masons do you think you've met and didn't know they were Masons because you didn't have the handshake?
Oh, There's no way to know that. There's literally no way to
Three.
Three. I know someone who is an active member of a lodge.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a great uncle who was a Shriner. He was one of the Shriner clowns.
Is Shriner the same thing as a Mason, or like
It's an affiliated group.
Oh, okay.
So you can become Freemason. You can obtain the 3rd degree, and then you could go and partner with the Shriners, and
So it's the same thing, but not really. Like it's kind of like a branch off of Masonry.
I mean, it's another secret society.
Oh, so maybe we'll get into them then.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. Maybe. That's what I've heard, is that they're just another partite group that you can affiliate with in Freemason. But yeah, dude, the interesting thing is when we get into the Knights Templar ordeal.
Yeah.
Because, the King of France brought accusations against the Knights Templar at the height of their power to basically say, like, they deny Christ. They're an occultic, wicked group.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were attacked and, persecuted and killed for, and so the Knights Templar was disassembled. But some allegedly...
But then they built up their society in secret, building a machine that allowed you to go view memories of the past because they were against the Assassin's Guild.
Well, that's so like, yeah, what you said.
Is that actually like is Assassin's Creed, like I know that they're based in reality, the games, like they have people in it, but is like the an Assassin's Guild versus a Knights Templar secret society guild, is that really a thing? I know it sounds goofy, but
I don't know.
You don't know?
If they're both secret societies and they're secretly at war with each other, how would I know?
Well, I mean, like, do we have any history of it?
I didn't get into that part.
Oh, okay.
But
neither did I. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. So the Templars, they allegedly took their treasure and escaped to Scotland. And there's alleged evidence that we find Templar Knight depictions at a chapel in Scotland. And now, lo and behold, one of the groups that you can partake in is called the Order of Knights Templar and Knights of Malta. So, it's either they're taking inspiration from the Templar Knights, or the Templar Knights survived and it's an aspect of Freemasons. The question is, was Freemasonry established before the Knights Templar?
Or was it established because of the
Knights Templar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the question. But I want to talk for a second about what I was telling you earlier with the whole New World Order.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that people are, that conspiracy revolving around the Freemasons is they're orchestrating. Are they trying to bring about a one world government, a new world order?
Right. Because we've heard that for a while, kind of getting a little political, is that, they've been trying to create a new world order in secret for, the government was, and working with other governments to create one world, new world order, all that stuff. But what you're about to tell me is, and I'm going to throw it back to you.
I think that we're in a new world order. I think that when the establishment of America came about, it was done, a lot of the key figures that brought about the founding of America were Freemasons. And at this point, Freemasonry is a global network. Like, they aren't just in England. They're in different European countries, and now they're in the Americas. And they're a secret society that's interconnected through their different lodges. But different operatives. I had to use the term operative, but
Operative.
I mean, that's
members.
That's the best way to explain it.
Agents.
Like if they're really all working together to bring about a world order,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing it in their own little communities in different parts of the world, but they all have the same goal that they're working towards.
Mm-hmm.
So America gets founded by Freemasons, and throughout all of America's history, we have different Freemasons that have a say in the way that our country develops and runs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was looking at stuff for our country. I have no idea what the world leadership looks like in other countries and who are Freemasons and who aren't. But it's operating in the guise of, it's just a community of brotherhood. You know, we've got our secrets, but they just have to do with our rituals and our practices that we do inside our community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but what if the secrets are actually like the manifesto of how to become a one world order or a new world order?
Mm-hmm.
And what's new is this America experiment.
Yeah.
Because up until this point, it's all been empires that have been run by different royal families.
Right. So now let's break off and create something different.
Yeah. And so America gets founded. And then now the entire world is run by government bodies that operate somewhat like
Masonry.
No, like what America is. Like,
I see what you're
where
saying.
we've got,
I thought you were going to say that they were ran by Masons.
No, I mean,
Maybe.
but I mean, they've got a body of elected officials that are making laws and passing laws and making the decisions for their country.
Mm-hmm.
But all these different government bodies will randomly meet together in what we call, what's the world gathering of the different?
Oh, the United Nations?
United Nations. Thank you. So the United Nations is a thing, and everyone comes together for that. And the United Nations is its own can of worms that we'll have to unpack one time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're all coming together and they're all operating in similar fashions as governments. And we're slowly working towards, like, every nation is slowly over time since the finding of since the establishment of the Americas, it's all coming towards we all agree on the same thing. We're not sovereign. We're all making decisions. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
It's the guys who are on the outside fringe who do not operate the way that the mainstream governments operate, and they're not collaborating in the way that they should, and all these things. They're the bad guys, and we've got to fight them because they're evil, so that's my thing. I think that we are pretty much, especially in America, we're living out the New World Order, and it's under the guise of, it's the American experiment.
Yeah.
Like our founding fathers was like, the reason that we broke away from England was because of a taxation on exports or imports.
Mm-hmm.
And
when we fought wars over
taxation, look at us today.
We're taxed all kinds of which way.
I think last time that it was put together, like in 2021, it was like 42 to 46% of your income is taxed in America through all the different things, through your property taxes, cars, big purchases, little purchases, your income, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it ends up being close to almost 50% of what you make is taxed by the government.
I think it's about time for another tea party.
Yeah, for real. But I mean, it's just like, but what if they were just using that to try and motivate the general masses to get on board with revolting against the crown of the King of England?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like, politically speaking as well, we get promises all the time to get on your side. And when it comes time to deliver, we don't always see those promises.
Yeah.
So it's not anything new to promise something to get somebody on your side to just not even ever do that or to keep your promise.
Yeah. But that's my little tidbit. I know I haven't like laid it out exhaustively for people, but I think that the Freemasons, I think that it is possible that they are a part of this idea of trying to usher in a new world order.
Mm-hmm.
Or if the idea of a new world order was trying to be obtained by political parties or governments or people, it would seem like a logical group would be the Freemasons.
Yeah.
Just because of the sheer amount of people that are Freemason and also in key points of political power in places and time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been inside a Masonic lodge.
Masonic.
That's what I said.
Masonic.
Masonic.
No.
Not your Sonic, my Sonic.
Hedgehog.
I was thinking the restaurant.
Oh, Sonic. They've been shutting down.
Yeah, you don't see. The one that I used to go to is like a car lot now, dealership.
Yeah, dude. The one that I was going to, it's like or the one that's in the next town over to us, it's now like a taqueria.
Yeah.
Place. And then there was one that was up north that I would go to. I'm being vague because I don't want you guys to know where I live. But
you live at...
Even though most of the people listening to us know exactly where I live.
Yeah, the majority of our listeners are people who have been guests on this podcast.
They're either in our everyday life or they live in another country.
But they know us.
Well, no. That's what I'm saying.
I thought
our listeners, either they know us or they live
in
super
country.
far away. Yeah.
Right.
So,
by the way, Ohio. It's morning time in Japan.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Japan.
That's the sequel to Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
No, it's just a normal radio show in Japan. It has nothing to do with a war. Did you see that? I know we're getting off track here, but they are making a sequel to the movie Anaconda.
No.
It's starring Paul Rudd and Jack Black.
Is that what that is? I've seen the pictures. I just didn't know what movie it was.
The plot of the movie is Paul Rudd and Jack Black's characters are wanting to go make a sequel to Anaconda, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they go into the jungle to film their movie Anaconda, the movie becomes the movie Anaconda because a giant anaconda comes after them.
So it's another Jumanji situation.
I would say it's more like a Tropic Thunder where they're filming a movie.
There we go, Tropic Thunder.
Like they're filming a movie and then the movie becomes the movie, and it's a comedy, but it looks pretty good.
Okay.
So excited about that.
Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Comes out soon, like December.
Okay.
And they just released the trailer today.
Ooh.
Anyways, Freemasons.
Yeah. They're weird.
It is odd.
I mean, I guess it's like the brotherhood aspect of it is good and cool, but you can't have a group and then say, oh, it's based off of brotherhood, because everybody needs brotherhood. They need a community. They need a group of like-minded people to support them. Yeah.
And then be able to support one another. That's not a reason, though, to create a secret society.
Yeah.
And have secrets and secretly create this American experiment.
Yeah. I do know that one of their key, I guess, writings or documents is called the Constitutions.
Mm-hmm.
It's written by James Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a lot to do with explaining, I guess, the history of Freemasonry.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the guy, and he's the one who, he takes it back to the Bible. And, this is where we got our roots. We've actually been around since this point, or we've gotten our inspiration from this point or whatever. But, yeah, they've been around for a while, allegedly, according to the Constitutions. I think that the earliest that they found any kind of documentation was the late 1300s.
Mm.
So I don't know when the Knights Templar were a thing, but I'm assuming that was before the late 1300s, but yeah, because they took over. Yeah, because the Knights Templar were formed after they conquered Jerusalem, which was the the late 900s or the 1000 something.
Hey Siri, when was the Knights Templar founded? Oh, yeah, I thought it was going to actually say it through the mic. The Knights Templar was founded in 1119 by a band of knights who declared themselves to protecting pilgrims en route to Jerusalem.
Yeah. So one thing I was listening to, they were bringing up that like the Knights Templar who got established in Jerusalem and their order practiced out of Jerusalem for the entire time that they had control over the city, they were able to go into all these different tunnel systems and catacombs by the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And so who knows what they took out of there or what they learned from that before the city was once again attacked and besieged and taken over. And how many times has that happened where Jerusalem has been attacked and besieged and taken over and burned? And,
yeah,
it's like it's a city on top of a city on top of a city.
Yeah, it happened at least one time.
At least once.
At least once.
But the argument is that they found all this architectural accomplishments of Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
Like they potentially they found Solomon the ruins of Solomon's temple,
mm-hmm.
and they took that information with them. And when the Freemasons were formed, they had that information from the Knights Templar, and so that's why there's similar imagery to the description we have in the Bible of Solomon's temple to Grand Lodges in Freemasons in the Freemason group.
So do you think then that it's just a change of name almost? Like it's still the Knights Templar, but they've just changed themselves to the Freemasons?
I don't think so, because...
No. Or do they just eventually kind of formed in together to be the same group?
I really don't know.
It's just all speculation.
It's all speculation. Is like the Templars that escape death in France,
mm-hmm.
do they become stonecutters and use their divine knowledge? Like I say divine, I shouldn't say divine. Use their knowledge from what they discovered in the temple or the ruined
their
temple.
Education.
Yeah, they pursue an excellence of education, and they become these free Masons, meaning they're not enslaved or indentured servants.
Mm-hmm.
They're a free party, and they come in and they build these magnificent cathedrals and chapels and such. Are they are they knights that have set aside being Templar knights because now they're outlawed and they've become stonecutters
mm-hmm.
of excellent proportions? I don't know.
Yeah.
But their secrecy as a group seems to be consistently throughout the ages speculated from without,
mm-hmm.
but desirable to certain individuals to join. Because my understanding was with Freemason, they're not allowed to market. Like guys are not allowed to go out and like do seminars and try and...
Well, they don't go recruiting is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're not allowed to recruit. Like the initiate...
But there's still, and I want to read this because for modern Freemasonry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, Freemasonry has around 6 million members worldwide. While they maintain rituals and degrees, the focus today is less on secrecy and more on fellowship, mentorship, and charity work. Lodges are involved in funding hospitals, scholarships, and community programs. They are far less politically powerful than the conspiracies suggest, but their mystique remains because of their rituals and long history. That's just something I pulled from offline.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It could be that they're still just hiding under the guise of, community work, and they still are doing their rituals and stuff. But
yeah.
I mean, that's, I said that I was inside, I went inside a Freemasons lodge before. It was for that. It was community work. They invited my grandmother to like a luncheon and she brought me with her,
Interesting.
So not that my grandmother is not a Freemason. It's just more of like community,
She's not an Eastern Star, is she?
What is that like the female version of a Freemason?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, though. Is it?
I don't know anything about it. All I know is that it's the female order, essentially, for the Freemasons.
Is it just still part of the Freemasons group, or do they like associate themselves with it? Or
I think they're associated with it in the sense that if you're a woman and you want something like this, you go to Eastern Star.
But it is ran essentially by the Freemasons, but it's the Eastern Star. In the sense that like they created it, it's associated with the Freemasons, but for women.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Unless it's bad stuff they're doing, then it's not cool.
Yeah, not cool.
Only if you're doing bad stuff.
I had some guy, the guy I was listening to an interview, he says like, on the surface, doesn't seem that bad. However, because of the exposure you're putting yourself to with these pseudo demonic practices and rituals, you're opening yourself up to dark and demonic things.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that, and I think we'll get into this more into spooky season a little bit, like in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, the movies we were watching in the 90s, and TV shows had subtle references to witchcraft and stuff. It's like, and over time, because you're exposed to it, you start to accept it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not very blatantly witchcraft, but like your rituals still have demonic aspects to it, and you might not even know it. You know what I mean? Like they're not telling you what this really means or what you're doing as a Freemason, like as a beginning, tier level of it, but you're still doing these things. And if you don't know, you don't know that you're practicing Satanism or whatever, you're
not opening a door.
Right.
You don't realize you're opening a door, but like he points out, like, it seems like there are these guys who were just normal guys. And then when they
were just some guys, some bros.
Yeah. When they get into Freemasonry, over time, they start to struggle with, like, really, I'm not going to say exactly what it is, because it is pretty dark, but with explicit illegal practices.
Right.
And they weren't that way before, but then when they get into this and it starts, there's symbolism that's shared with the occult. And now they're starting to be tempted by occult practices, because that's what that is. These different things that I'm just going to say it. If you got kids, please censor this moment, but pedophilia, like pedophilia is practiced within occults.
Yeah.
And it's normal. It's a ritual. There's sex rituals that they have, that they do, and it's a part of their ritual worship.
Yeah.
Right. Well, now you're borrowing from these groups and you're putting it into your secret society. What do you think is going to happen? You're opening the door up to these spirits, these demonic spirits, through these rituals that you're doing.
Yeah, these evil actions and things that you're doing.
So I think I could, it's not a far stretch to say like, hey, if you borrow from the occult in your rituals, you're inviting,
even though you're not fully doing the full evil things, it's still based within that.
Yeah. A lot of Masons will say they're Christian, but then you ask yourself, okay, then why are you doing these rituals?
Right.
Because they're not
godly.
They're not godly. I mean, it's not explicitly evil, but at the same time, like,
I would argue anything that isn't of God and doesn't bring glory to him, if you're doing something ritualistic, it's going to be evil. Like you said, even though you don't know it, it's still going to be like something that's evil. Well,
I think that we can see where people won't put stock in it and say, oh, it's harmless. Because how many Christians in America do yoga? Think about it. Yoga is a ritualistic worship form that is used by Hindus to worship their deities. So every stretching exercise group that they have, they're all towards a certain deity, and each stretch has its own spiritual connection.
Right.
And that's why the New Age embraces yoga, is because of the spiritual aspect of it that comes along with it. And if you're a Christian and you're doing yoga, there's a very good chance that you are practicing a Hindu religious worship session.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the deal, is that there's a lot of Christians in America who say they believe in Jesus, but they're doing pagan and demonic practices.
And not even really knowing what they're doing a lot of times.
Well, because it's not openly marketed as, hey, you're worshiping Satan, or you're worshiping this.
No, I'm just out here doing my big stretch.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, we're not religious. We're just a brotherhood.
Right.
There's no religion aspect to this.
But the thing is because God did create the universe, everybody, spoiler, he did create the universe. He created all things.
What?
All things on earth that were created was created by God and have some sort of...
One God.
Did I say God?
No, I'm just for all the Mormons.
Okay, just make one God.
It's one God in three persons.
Trinity, everybody.
The Trinity.
And not Matrix.
Not the Matrix.
Not the Matrix, our God.
That's right.
Yahweh. But he is in all things. Like, he created it. You know what I mean? And so
all things point to him.
Yeah. And so it's either God or it's not God. In the sense of, like, if you're doing something that's not for God, like yoga, then it's not God.
Well,
help me make that make sense, but
you're doing it, and you need to know the spiritual aspects of it, because if it's created to be a form of worship towards a certain deity that is not Christ, then it does not matter your heart attitude when you do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're opening the door, like if you're opening the spiritual door, and I'm not saying that every Christian that does yoga is going to lose their salvation. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is spiritually, you're opening the door to a demonic presence, and you're giving them permission to be in your life by participating in these spiritual rituals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I would say for the Freemason temple, is when you do these different things that are rituals, and you do it because you're a part of the brotherhood, but they're borrowing this information and these practices from occultic satanic worship.
Oh yeah, let me borrow this. We're going to make it good. Like, you really can't.
And here's the thing is, I'm not saying that all stretching is evil. Like, you can stretch, it's a good thing to stretch.
But if you're putting in your mind that, and adding titles and names to the stretches that you're doing, you know what I mean? Like, you can bend down and touch your toes, but if you're doing the downward dog, you know what I mean? That is, I'm purposely doing the downward dog. You know what I mean? It's like, there's a reason why it's called that. And it's like, if you're bending, touching your toes, it's downward dog. You don't look like a dog doing that. So what else could it be?
Well, I think a better way to look at it is like sun salutations. That's a couple of different stretches within yoga.
That's true. That's a better example.
That's put together as a format. And it's like, hey, you do these stretches and this is the reward you get from it. And that's how it's presented in a non-spiritual sense. You do these stretches, you get this benefit from it. If you do them all together and you do them in this order and you incorporate the breathing and you do all this stuff, it's like, okay, that's great. But where did you learn about this? Oh, well, this Hindu guru worships the sun every morning.
Yeah.
And this is how he worships the sun. And he's super old and super spry and all this stuff. So if you want to get the physical benefits that he has, you need to do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, you're not openly worshiping the sun by doing this routine.
No, but your mind is on it to some degree.
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say that your mind is on it. I would
say it would, because if you're sitting there doing the sun, like, I'm doing the sun salutation, like.
Well, but if you're an American who's never heard that that's a worship ritual to the sun, all you hear is sun salutations and these are the stretches. You're totally cut off from the spiritual connection.
Well, but it's still in name, right? Like, it's still connected by name. Like, like to get a little weird with it, it's like, just because you don't like, oh, I'm going to call out a demon's name, like you don't know what it means or anything like that. You're still calling a demon out by name, even though you're ignorant to what it means.
But that's my point, is that they, in their mind, they're not worshiping anything. They're doing a stretching routine, but it's borrowed from a worship to a false god. So when you do it, and it's the exact same thing over here, it's just the only difference is you're not saying like, oh, I worship this. You're still opening the door to that demonic presence.
Yeah.
And you're welcoming them into your, it's kind of like vampires. They can't come in your house unless you invite them in.
You hear it here. You've heard it here first, folks. Stretching is just a vampire. Yoga is a vampire.
Yoga is a vampire. The demonic presence behind yoga is a vampire. They can't come into your house unless you start stretching. Oh.
So everybody be really stiff and don't stretch.
Yeah, that's right. No. But no, going back to the Freemasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that a lot of guys that are in it, they're not necessarily openly worshiping in a pagan way. But because they like the community, they like I don't even know the word to use here, like the pageantry.
Yeah, I mean, a place to feel belong.
But that's what I'm saying. Even in the rituals.
Oh, I
like
see.
the pageantry of the rituals.
Oh, this is fun and I'm part of something.
Yeah. I mean, think about all the different people that like to go and do reenactments or go to the Ren Fair or like
Civil War reenactments.
Civil War reenactments. Like they
are part of something. And we're doing something. And it's not really benefiting anything to reenact these things except for it's fun.
Yeah.
Like what good does it do to pretend to do the same battle again? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I could see that where it's like they enjoy the pageantry behind it. They enjoy the community. And so they undergo everything. In their mind, they're not thinking, oh, I'm opening the door to demonic presences, because these rituals are similar to the occult, which a lot of people won't know unless they've been in the occult and they've done those practices, or someone from the occult has explained to them like, hey, this is what we did in the occult.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have, and it's the same with like going back to the example of yoga, if you don't have someone coming out of Hinduism explaining to you like, hey, this is what you're actually doing with yoga, you will never make the connection. Right? So here we are saying, hey,
don't stretch.
This is the connection. Yeah. So you brought up earlier that there's 6 million Freemasons around the world.
That's what my notes say.
The largest army in the world is 2 million, a little over 2 million.
So if they all got together and armied up, they could take out the world's largest military.
I'm just saying the largest force that could fight them would be China. Because that's the largest active military right now.
Here's the thing, though, is like, just because you have a large body number, that's not always what helps you win wars. It's also the advancement of, or the advancedness of your war machines as well.
Yeah. What I'm getting at is their network is so big that if they all united and did an attack, there's not really any one country that would be able to withstand against it.
Yeah.
So it would take a cooperative unification of different countries. But then in that, it's almost like Captain America, Winter Soldier.
And Hydra.
And Hydra growing within S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Like, the Freemasons is a global network of lodges with grand lodges. But look at all the different people that are members that are also in world government or also in celebrities and films, or you name it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, that's crazy.
It's like if they are truly nefarious, they've got their hands in everything. They're bigger and have better resources than any secret agency espionage agency in the world.
Do you think that the reason why we're not seeing any negativeness from them is because their intent isn't negative and they are just trying to help, or that because they're so... I just can't picture 6 million people working together and being efficient, because like you see all these like companies on a smaller scale and they have trouble communicating.
Well, it's just it is what it looks like on the surface. It's just a community thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or the elite secret upper echelon of the organization is working on indoctrination and is getting more people in their ranks and raising more people up and getting them to where their allegiance is to the lodges and not to any specific country or other ideology that they hold.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that's the goal, is to try to get every single member to align with their lodge or the lodges and be willing to set that above their allegiance to their country, to their faith, to whatever it is, whenever they get to a point where they feel like they've attained that, then they can go about what they're going to go about, and they have the support of the financial support of every single member that they've got. See, that's the thing, is even if most of the people are willfully ignorant of what the Freemasons are doing, they're still contributing financially to their lodges.
Mm-hmm.
And even though the lodges might be, giving out money here or doing food banks there or whatever, money's still going up the chain.
Yeah.
So what's the 1% within the organization doing with the money that they're getting?
Pokemon cards.
But
you've heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Freemasons love Pokemon cards.
Heck yeah. But that could be said about literally any country, any organization.
They all love Pokemon cards.
They all love Pokemon cards. But I mean, that's what I'm like, the 1% within them, what's their true goal?
Yeah.
What are they after, and what are they utilizing their influence and their finances to accomplish? So what do you do with that?
Pokemon.
You're really going down the Pokemon route right now.
Okay. I'm starting it right now. Freemasons. I'm pulling back the curtain, folks. I'm spilling all the secrets. It's all for Pokemon cards. You know those vending machines you see in Kroger?
Mm-hmm.
Freemasons.
They're by the Freemasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the machines look so cool. A Mason built it.
Yeah. But
it's also heavy because it's made of stone.
Ooh.
Got him.
What's the stone Pokemon?
Stonger.
Stonger?
Stonger. Yeah, Stonger.
He's a Freemason.
He's a
32-degree Freemason.
He is a 32-degree Freemason.
Oh, man. Hey, but going back to think about this. Going back to if they created the New World Order and we're living in it now. Look at all the Freemason symbolism and imagery riddled throughout our country of America. I mean, it's, for goodness sakes, it's on our dollar bill.
Yeah, like the imagery just everywhere.
It's everywhere. And that dollar bill, that's the currency used by the Federal Reserve, which is not an official body of our government. It's essentially a third party that our government uses for banking. So, yeah. I wonder if the Rockefellers are Masonic.
Probably. While you look that up, National Treasure has a lot of talking about some pop culture.
Yeah.
Masonry references. I mean, the whole entire thing was as he was following the Mason-Dixon line. No, the
Mason-Dixon line.
The Masonic hints to this huge treasure that they had built up,
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way. Not the second one. Second one's dumb. And then Assassin's Creed is another one. I made that referenced a few times, but Assassin's Creed is a huge, huge influence from the Masonry, you know?
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go. I can't find anything. Officially, the Rockefellers were...
I'm sure that the people who want to know that they're Masons, you know they're Masons, but it's like, just because it's not, same way with Walt Disney, it's like, what does he gain to let people know he is one? You know, it'd probably benefit him if they didn't know. And it's probably the same way with the Rockefellers.
Yeah. Well, but there's a charter. Like if you're a Freemason, you're put on the charter. So
unless you donate enough money to not be on the charter.
No, I think you have to write a letter to ask to be removed from it.
So it's on the book somewhere, their letter.
The organization is not secret. The secrets that they hold within their organization is what makes them a secret society. Like they're open about like, hey, this is where we meet.
Mm-hmm.
These are our members, but it's more about the individual relationships, the brotherhood within it. They're like, hey, when you reach this degree, we reveal this secret to you. When you reach this degree, we reveal this secret to you. And we hold our secrets of our, they say, craft, but no one's a Mason anymore.
Them rituals.
Yeah. So, yeah. But, yeah, doing a quick Google search, I can't find any connection to the Federal Reserve and Freemasons. So, sorry about that.
Oh, shucks.
Dang.
Oh, well. So, yeah, Freemasons, everybody.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got.
Yeah, same here.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, not even once.
Don't contribute to the one world order.
That's right. So, yeah. I've got one last thing to kind of read, closing thoughts kind of thing.
Okay.
Yep. The Freemasons are both ordinary and extraordinary.
Ooh.
Ordinary in their modern role as a fraternal group focused on charity, but extraordinary in how they shaped history and inspired endless myths.
Endless myths?
Endless myths. Like the pyramid all-seeing eye.
Oh, okay.
The Illuminati, which I think we should probably get into as well.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah, let's do that. Eventually.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Their blend of secrecy, symbolism, and influential members make them the perfect first subject for our Secret Society series.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
That's Freemasons, everybody. If you have any comments, anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to correct us on.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
Who do you think is secretly a Mason? It doesn't have to be somebody famous. It could be somebody you know in your personal life.
I was going to say, which one of us two, Jairus or Johnny, which one of us is a Mason?
It's a multiple choice answer with 4 options.
What? How is it 4 options?
It actually can't be 4.
Okay,
so you're a Mason, I'm not. I'm a Mason, you're not. Neither one of us are Masons, or both of us are Masons.
Oh, A, B, C, or D.
Or E. E is I don't care.
Oh. What the heck? Okay. Well, that's all I've got. Is that all you've got?
That's all I've got.
Well, then I guess until next time, I would say Christ is Lord.
And the kingdom is now.
We are the saints that serve.
We did it, buddy.
First episode.
Season 2.
Right.
And I'm proud to be a Freemason,
where at least I know I'm got the secret.
I was going to say a Freemason.
Where at least I know I'm a Freemason.
And I won't forget the men who carved that statue right in front of me.
And I won't forget the man who died to keep the secret that I'm trying to obtain. And I'll proudly stand up for 30 minutes as I hold this spear today. Because the ritual tells me I have to
32 degrees masonry.
Dang. Love it.
Oh, golly.